Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We will begin our program in about 5 minutes.
You just know it's her.
You're just too good to be true. And take my eyes off you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. And take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stay. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. And if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's free. You're just too good to be true. And take my eyes off of you. All right, everybody, if y'all know the lyrics to this song, go ahead and sing along. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. And take my eyes off of you. All right, everybody, let's do it one more time.
and gentlemen, welcome to the unveiling of the logo for the 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four. Please welcome to the stage the Executive Director of the San Antonio Local Organizing Committee, Elena Wells.
Well, first, can I get a round of applause for our UTSA mariachis and UTSA cheer and UIW cheer. Thank you for firing us up today. All right. Well, I'd like to welcome you to this beautiful, iconic site and thank La Villita and the Center City Development and Operations Department for hosting us today. I'm Elena Wells, and on behalf of the San Antonio Local Organizing Committee, I'd like to thank you for joining us for such an exciting event. It was really important for us to be here at this site today because just over 5.5 years ago, we got to celebrate Villanova men's basketball's fantastic championship run in the 2018 Final Four in a river parade that only San Antonio can deliver. Now, as we look to tip off the planning for the 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four, it's fitting to be here to pick up where we left off, and to be where we'll celebrate when the final buzzer sounds on the 2024-25 season in just 408 days. I am counting. Yeah, definitely counting. We have several very special guests with us today that you'll get a chance to hear from. But first, I'd like to recognize our fantastic teammates that make up the starting lineup of the San Antonio Local Organizing Committee. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome our chairman and the head coach for SALOC, Mr. Pat Frost. Pat has been involved with our Final Four bidding and hosting efforts since 1997, and he is a true champion for San Antonio. Thank you, Pat, for everything. Now, to even have a chance to host an NCAA Final Four or any NCAA championship, you have to have a member institution. And in our case, we've got two great Division I universities right here in San Antonio that will serve as the host institutions for the 2025 Men's Final Four. The University of Texas at San Antonio, the Roadrunners, and the University of the Incarnate Word. They will play the pivotal role of games management inside the Alamo Dome, and their teams, led by Dr. Lisa Campos and Richard Duran, will work closely with the NCAA to guarantee smooth execution of the Final Four games and to ensure that the student athletes have everything they need for the competition and the experience of a lifetime. All right. Next up, serving as point guard to this all-star lineup is San Antonio Sports. One of the best sports commissions in the country, if I do say so myself. Celebrating 40 years in 2024, San Antonio Sports leads the way by working every day to bring events to San Antonio that have big impact not only economically, but on our community as well. Alongside the LOC staff, the San Antonio Sports team will lend a hand to focus on the many community programs and volunteer opportunities that will come with the Final Four. Jenny Carnes, who has led this local organizing committee since 2004, is now the president and CEO of San Antonio Sports, and we'll share more on that in a few minutes. Now, every lineup needs a strong power forward, and ours is Visit San Antonio. They tell the story of the real and true San Antonio that makes our city the #1 most visited destination in Texas. They work tirelessly with our many hotel and hospitality partners to make San Antonio ready to roll out the red carpet for visitors from all over the world. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mark Anderson, Tyler Orwitt, Sean Massey, Michelle Moon, and Shauna Goodman for the work they've already done and the work that is to come. And last but not least, our very own Twin Towers, the Alamo Dome and the city of San Antonio. We are so privileged to have city leadership that understands the value and the impact of the Final Four. The Alamo Dome is one of only 10 venues in the country that can host a Final Four, and the city's continued investment plays a big role in why the NCAA keeps coming back. Now, the mayor is on official travel today and sends his regards, but we are honored to have Eric Walsh, city manager, here, who will speak to us in a few minutes. Now, it's not just the Alamo Dome that makes San Antonio shine, but it is all of downtown. San Antonio is one of the few cities that offers a compact and walkable footprint for all the Final Four events. And with that, I'd like to recognize a few other key members of San Antonio, the city's team, that have been working on the Final Four for several years now. Patricia Muskies come forward with the Convention and Sports Facilities Department. Steve Zito, Assistant Director for the Convention Sports Facilities Department of the Alamo Dome. Alex Lopez, Assistant City Manager. And Lori Houston, Assistant City Manager. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce one of the greatest guys in all of college sports, who oversees the basketball for NCAA, NCAA's Senior Vice President of Basketball, Dan Gavitt.
Thank you so much, Elena. It is so great to be back in Texas, preparing for another men's Final Four. The 2025 Division I Men's Basketball Championship will be the 9th time that this great event has been hosted in the Lone Star State. And of course, it will be the 5th time here in San Antonio for the men's Final Four, where the history is rich and the experience for the teams that have made it here the 4 previous times has been always so incredible. We are thrilled to have the many people who have made the Final Four successful in San Antonio back working with us again to make this one even better. Mentioned Pat Frost earlier and Jenny Carnes, and of course Elena Wells and her entire team at the San Antonio Local Organizing Committee. We are looking forward to putting on just another incredible world-class event here in your very special city and how you represent it so well. San Antonio was awarded the 2025 Final Four in July of 2018, just months after the last incredibly successful Final Four here, won by Villanova, as mentioned. Indeed, San Antonio has a rich history of blue bloods making their way to national championship status here in San Antonio in 1998, the first one, 2004, 2008, and 2018. Kentucky, Connecticut, Kansas, and Villanova are 4 of the 8 teams that have won more than 3 national championships, one of which was here in San Antonio. We don't know who will advance and win a championship here next April, but it will be an incredibly exciting time for San Antonio residents and for all the fans that will come and experience this very special city. Bubba and I had an incredible experience last night with Pat. Pat has been such an integral part of now 3 and going on 4 Final Fours here. Pat, we appreciate your leadership, your passion for the men's Final Four, your appreciation for it. It comes through and every time you speak about it, and we're just thrilled to work with you again, and thank you for all you've done for the men's Final Four here in San Antonio. I want to also note that next month we will unveil the logo for the 2025 Women's Final Four, which will be held in Tampa next year. So we're excited to bring that back, and of course, very excited to bring the Women's Final Four back here to San Antonio in 2029. Thanks to our host institutions, as mentioned earlier, thanks to the local government leadership. Ron Nuremberg, I know, is not here today, but has been such a huge proponent of this event, loves it so much. And Eric, thanks for your leadership as well. We can't wait to be back here planning on a monthly basis. We will not be here again until we crown champion in Phoenix in April of 24, but soon thereafter, Steve, you know we'll be here every month planning for an incredible event in April of 25. And no matter who advances here, we know that they will have special memories that will last a lifetime. As Elena mentioned, I was with Jay Wright just a week ago, and we talked very much that day about the experience he and his team had here celebrating their national championship in 2018, and we look forward to providing that experience for the next champion here to be crowned in San Antonio in 2025. Thanks for attending today. Thanks for your support. Wish you all a very happy holiday season and enjoy the college basketball season. Can't wait to be back here again to celebrate the men's Final Four. Woo!
Thank you for your comments, Dan. I can't say enough about what it's like to work with your staff It is a true pleasure, and we're so excited to welcome them back and get to work with them again. When I talked about our partners before, what I didn't mention was our secret sauce, and that is our one team. The key to our success as a local organizing committee is being able to operate from the same playbook. And it all starts with Eric Welsh and his leadership as San Antonio City Manager. Eric.
Thank you, Elena, and thank you, Dan, for continuing to entrust the City of San Antonio and all of our partners for this very important event. It is a privilege to be here, to be part of this opportunity. We are undoubtedly excited for the next year's 2025 Men's Final Four. We hope to continue to invest in our facilities and our downtown to continue to do that in the future. I was late here because of the street construction that'll be done by the time you're here. So, look around, there's a lot of things being changed and improved, and all of it with the eye of continuing to make San Antonio the type of place that can host these type of events. We understand the economic benefit. As I look out, the economic benefit to all of us is great, over $200 million projected, and it's an opportunity to let San Antonio shine. It is an exciting period of time. Welcome to winter 2023 in San Antonio. And by the time March comes around, the excitement in the air will be palatable. And it is walkable, and we're looking forward to continuing to complete all of the improvements, both at the Alamo Dome and downtown, to be able to host 70,000 folks here in March of 2025. I want to thank Sports Elena and her team. They, along with the Convention Center and Alamo Dome and Centro and VSA, you're right. I mean, I usually use a football analogy, but this is like basketball. This is not golf, and it is a team effort, and we all play a part, and we all play a role, and we're all excited to host you, and thank you for the trust that you have in us. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, for the leadership and vision you bring to San Antonio. I'd now like to introduce Bubba Cunningham, the athletic director for the University of North Carolina. He has a very important job ahead of him. He is the chair for the 2025 NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Committee, and will be in the selection room picking the teams at the bracket that'll be here in April of 25.
Thank you, Elena. It is a real pleasure to be here, and my colleagues and I would like to thank the City of San Antonio, the local organizing committee, and our host schools for this opportunity, which is fantastic. And I swear I'm not getting arrested. It's been happening. I'm hoping that there's just don't see. That's actually why Elena called me up now, so I can have my back to them. Sitting over there, I think it would have been a real problem. Absolutely fantastic. But thanks to the University of Incarnate Word and to UTSA, Lisa, Richard, hosting these events is absolutely incredible for our student athletes. I know it takes a lot of work with your staff, so I really appreciate the work that you do to put something like this on as well, in addition to the local organizing committee and all the volunteers in the community. I am the AD at the University of North Carolina, and you're not allowed to, you're supposed to be unbiased and all this stuff. And Danny talked about the blue bloods and all the people that have won down here, and some people think we're a blue blood, but I would love to be on that list at some point. I do live in North Carolina, so I don't get to wear cowboy boots very much, but I brought my cowboy boots today. So I am hoping April of 25 that these things will be here on the Riverwalk. I know this is the fifth one here at in San Antonio. And in '98, I had a nephew that played on Stanford's basketball team, so I was here for that. In '04, I was AD at Ball State, brought a group of donors down, had a blast at that one. In '08, Carolina was here. In Roy Williams, we lost to Kansas He goes to a reception for Kansas on Monday, and somebody puts a sticker on his lapel, the Kansas Jayhawk. He wears it to the game. It's all over television, and the Tar Heels hate that. And Roy took so much grief for that all the way until he retired. And then in 2018, I was down here again, obviously the Final Four, with Sister Jean, which is absolutely fantastic. So I was down here on Saturday late, or maybe it was into Sunday, and there was an impersonator of Sister Jean riding around one of these boats, giving absolution to somebody that may have a transgression. And it was an absolute blast to be down here each and every time. And we can't wait to come back in 2025. The memories that this tournament creates, the memories that are created by the city of San Antonio are spectacular. I can't wait to get back. Thanks for having us. Let's have a great day today.
All right. Thank you, Bubba. We're excited to have you back here in San Antonio and look forward to 2025. Now the next speaker needs no introduction. Please welcome Jenny Clarence, President and CEO of San Antonio Sports.
Good morning. Everybody warm? Kind of. I promise only me and one more speaker, and then we will see this logo. It is so good to see so many familiar faces up right here in front of me. If you know me well, you know that March Madness is one of my favorite things in this life. As a basketball fanatic, as a former collegiate athlete at UIW, I am beyond thrilled to be here this morning, 7 years later after we unveiled our last men's Final Four logo right here in San Antonio. And I couldn't resist, but I've been a part of all of the Final Fours here. This was my favorite, 2018. Up until now, this was my favorite logo. I couldn't help myself. I must admit, it's a little strange being in a different role this time around, but I am absolutely busting with pride to see all of our hard work come together all of these years later to start this journey today for how many days? 478 days in front of us. But Dan said it a minute ago, this journey actually started in 2018, and I said to Dan and the committee in a very small room in Boston in that summer of 18 that our bid was actually the Final Four in 2018. It was the one team effort of the city that came together to put on an incredible event in 18, right? David's nodding his head. It wasn't the check boxes of the bid specifications, it wasn't our budget, it was 2018, and we are thrilled to do this again. And I'm really excited to do it with my alma mater being a Division I host institution for the first time, serving as a host for the men's Final Four. So I'm honored to be here representing San Antonio sports this morning as we are gearing up to host our 40th anniversary in 2024. San Antonio sports was a dare to dream moment derived from a group of community leaders in the early 80s who as founding members recognized the power sports can bring to a community. They set out to create this organization to transform San Antonio through the power of sport. Their efforts led to big things, including bringing the 1993 Olympic Festival here, the building of the Alamo Dome, Wolf Stadium, the spinoff of the Valero Alamo Bowl, and of course, San Antonio's first Final Four in 1998. Since our inception, or since we've been tracking actually, San Antonio sports efforts to host and bid on major events have brought over $1 billion of economic impact to this community. That number is something we are very proud of, but it's a small part of what we bring every day to San Antonio. As a part of our 40th anniversary, we are launching, or actually we just launched, a new citywide community fitness program called San Antonio Sports Activate, which will focus on a free year-round holistic approach to wellness. We are also celebrating more than 10 years of our after-school program, I Play After School. Currently in more than 50 Title I elementary schools around the city, we bring free club sports opportunities for 3rd through 5th graders across San Antonio. The I Play basketball season was actually birthed out of the legacy of the 2018 Final Four, and we look forward to working with the NCAA to build on that tradition in 25. In addition to our own programs, we are excited to partner with the NCAA on their community initiatives that align with our mission. Everyone will have a chance to come to the Alamo Dome to see it shine for Final Four Friday, when we host free open practice sessions with the Final Four teams and in conjunction with the Reese's NABC All-Star Game. In partnership with our San Antonio School Parks program, we will work with the NCAA on a legacy project to build or refurbish a basketball court in an area of need, and we will give away 2,500 free basketball to kids at the free Final Four dribble presented by Buick during the big event weekend. And you know, I say this all the time when I'm out speaking, you never know when a basketball gets put into the hands of a young person, how it might change their life, because it certainly did mine 40 years ago. We will also encourage thousands of third graders across the city to read in the Read to the Final Four program, where they will win books, prizes, and money for their schools, which is probably the most impactful legacy and community program that the NCAA does. There's so much more that we can't wait to share with you over the next 16 months. So stay tuned, San Antonio. We're going to need everybody to get involved, to help, to get behind this effort. And as I like to say all the time, game on.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm grateful for all you've done and all you continue to do to set us up for success. You're still in charge of the weather, so we'll give you a pass for today. As I mentioned in the beginning, none of this would be possible without our Division I host institution. And speaking on their behalf today is Dr. Lisa Campos, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics for UTSA.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, it's still morning, good morning. I have the mic. I'm going to take the liberty of just giving a shout out to UTSA, UIW, cheerleaders. These groups sometimes get unnoticed in the amount of effort and work they put into supporting our teams, supporting our institutions. Thank you for all you do. And I'm going to take another liberty that this is the best mariachi ever, and it burns up to the UTSA mariachi. Way to go. So Jenny and San Antonio Sports really hooked me in. I got hired 6 years ago. I got announced end of November, and I think it was by the first week of December, I got a phone call and said, by the way, we're flying out to Indianapolis to present, to host an NCAA Final Four. And I'm not even sure if it was the women's or it might have been this one. It was such a whirlwind. So even before I had officially started UTSA, Jenny hooked me in and said, you need to be a part of this, and it's really important to the city and to the institution, and thank you for including us from day one. I am so grateful to be a part of UTSA in this community, and it is such a family community, and the reason why we're able to do and accomplish these Final Fours and host them. On behalf of UTSA and President Taylor Amy, and in partnership with Richard and UIW, we are so excited to serve as the host institution for the 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four. Hosting NCAA championship events has become a part of our DNA at UTSA, and we have been involved in coordination of more than 20 NCAA championships events right here in San Antonio since 1997. This will be the 5th NCAA Men's Final Four to take place at the Alamo Dome, and we are looking forward to the best one yet. We have a staff that is so experienced at hosting NCAA championship events and is always enthusiastic about the opportunity to do so. As I mentioned, when I started here in 2018, we were hosting the Men's Final Four, and as I walked around the office, even starting in February, it was sometimes a ghost house because everyone was working so hard and so diligently on making sure we were putting together the best Final Four for the student athletes participating. So we're so thankful for the visibility it brings not only to our athletics program, but to our great university and San Antonio in general. San Antonio is a basketball city. From the high school level to the collegiate level to the San Antonio Spurs, we are eager to welcome basketball fans from all over the country to our great city in April. The San Antonio community really embraces this event and creates a special environment, not just in the Aladome, but throughout the city. And we have an experienced team of experienced professionals and volunteers ready to serve, and we appreciate the NCAA for selecting San Antonio for this Final Four once again. Thank you so much.
Okay, now it's time for what we've all been waiting for. I'd like to invite our speakers up onto the bridge, along with Richard and W. We've enlisted the help of Rowdy and some of our cheerleaders. And then I do want to give a warning. We're going to do a countdown. There is going to be a loud bang, so just to prepare yourselves. It's only confetti. So. We're ready. I'm going to give a countdown starting with 4 for the final 4. Yeah. All right. So 4, 3, 2, 1. logo was created by the NCAA and their creative agency, Section 127, with retro-inspired color palette and influences of mission architecture. It represents San Antonio's colorful and fiesta-themed identity. What an absolute great way to tip off the road to the Final Four in San Antonio. I encourage you to visit final4sanantonio.com, our official local website. It just launched during this press conference, where you can sign up to learn more about upcoming events, plan your Final Four experience, and most importantly, for our community, learn how to volunteer. We estimate that we'll need over 2,500 volunteers to support the event, so everyone sign up and you'll get more information right away. We're also excited to be the host of 2029 Women's Final Four, as Dan mentioned. So we'll welcome them back as well to the Alamo Dome. Don't forget, we've got we're going to be tossing out some shirts, so get your first Final Four shirt. Take advantage of a photo opportunity with the Final Four trophy over here. And for media, our members of the media, we have a gift for you as well. You'll get that as you check out along with the press packet. And we encourage you to stick around for one-on-one interviews. I'd like to personally thank everyone for being here today, for all of our speakers, for the CE group who helped us put this all together. And we'll see you in 478 days.